When I picked my daughter Emery up at school yesterday, she said to me, we're walking out, she goes, "Daddy, I had an amazing day at school, and no matter what happened, it still was fantastic. It was still a great day." She goes, "Everybody and everything was trying to mess up my day, but," she said, "I had a great day. I had a great day at school." So when we got into the vehicle, I was interested in this. We always have our best talks when I'm driving her to and from school. I've been doing it since she was 2.5. It's our time to just talk to each other. And I love to listen to her stories. And she said to me, I said, "Well, what happened?" And she says, "I don't know. I was just in a great state all day." She said, "I was in a great mood." And she said, no matter what the boys did, her nemesis, the boys in the class, in the grade 3 and 4 class, she says, no matter what they did, she said, it didn't knock me off my game. It didn't affect me. She says they were all trying to do things, being boys, all this kind of stuff. And she says, no matter what happened, she goes, I just had a great day. And it was interesting because I've been teaching this in my world building program, where we need to, there's no silos in our life, but it's very important, okay, as a husband, as a business owner, as a leader, as a father, that we don't let one situation bleed into another. And I talk about this with the analogy that in my 7 years of coaching the Perth Blue Wings in our championship program, one of my most proud achievements, besides winning the Barclay Cup in 2019, is the fact over 7 seasons, regular seasons, playing 44 games in the regular season, we never ever lost 2 games in a row, ever. In 7 seasons, we never lost 2 games in a row. And I think back to why this happened. And I sincerely believe it's because the culture was that losing was completely unacceptable. But also the part B to that was the fact that I had a rule where we could only think about a victory or a defeat for a maximum 24 hours. In other words, 24 hours maximum, move on. A big win, a loss, okay, get rid of it and move on. Do not let it bleed into the next game or the next practice. And you see this with losing businesses and people that struggle personally, and you see it with losing sports organizations and cultures where, they get off to a good start. You have an NFL team, with a losing culture that gets off to a 2-0 start, and then all of a sudden they're 2-7, or all of a sudden they're 3-9. And one loss, one defeat has bled into a week of practice, then it's bled into a second game, another week, and then they just can't overcome it. The force is too much. It's bled into all parts of their culture, and it's losing. And my daughter, when I was talking to her about this, I said, the reason that you had such a great day was that you executed your mental toughness. And like I say to her, you want to be tough, be mentally tough. You want to be tough, be mentally tough. And I said, how were you mentally tough? And she said to me yesterday in the truck, she goes, well, and this is great. I was like, where did you read this? She goes, today was like laundry, Daddy. It was like doing laundry. She said, the white clothes were in with the black clothes. And she said, and the black clothes could have made a mess of the white clothes. She said, good, white clothes, bad, negative, black clothes. And she said that didn't happen. She goes, I didn't allow it to happen. She goes, I didn't allow the black clothes, the negatives, to interfere with all the great things that were happening today. And I asked her, I said, who taught you that? Like, because it's not something that I've taught. And she said, maybe Mommy, but I don't know. So when we're doing our gratitude last night before bed, Krista and I ask each other the 3 or 4 things that we're grateful for just before we shut off our lights every night before bed. It's the perfect way to end your day. And she said, I didn't talk to Emery about that at all. So there's your metaphor for, not letting negative bleed into positive from a 9-year-old kid. So it's really interesting because I see this all the time in business and consulting, and I saw it a lot in my pro career as a hockey coach and coaching teenagers as well, where one thing, be it a negative thing, one result, which is normal. You're going to have all kinds of adversity. You're going to have all kinds of days where it rains, where it bleeds into the other good days and the other good hours and the good other days. And that's mental weakness. And to be mentally tough means that you compartmentalize all of your stuff in your life so you can move from thing to thing. So let's say I get an email that's, something, a complaint or something negative, whatever it is. And it's upsetting maybe to my staff or maybe to myself. But what's really important here is that I deal with that one thing. Hi, Carla. Great. And after that, it's that it never, ever bleeds into the rest of the day. So an example of that is I've got my writing time to do. I've got my copywriting. I have to write an hour a day. I have to walk an hour a day, and I have to read an hour a day. Well, if one of those things doesn't go perfectly as scripted, I can't afford to let that bleed into that other activity. In other words, have a negative effect. And that's mental maturity, that's mental toughness, where it doesn't bleed into the next day. You can, that's where the trust the process comes in, where, forget about the referee, forget about the stadium, forget about the other team, and there is no scoreboard. Trust the process. These are the things you need to work on. Boom, 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 to make it happen. Forget about all the distractions. And this is such an important skill if you want to be a top 1% businessman, is having that mental toughness where you can refocus. You can literally refocus almost instantly, where you're like, okay, that didn't work out according to plan, but boom, I'm redialed in and I'm focused for this next thing. This can be something as simple as, taking 5 deep breaths. It can be something as simple as, going for a 10-minute walk between the activities you're doing, getting up, getting outside, getting in the sunshine for 5 or 10 minutes. It's not helped by going online or checking your Facebook or any of that stuff. You can change your state of mind by moving, by stretching, by your posture, by your mental is your posture, your body language, fresh air, have a drink of water, read for 5 or 10 minutes, some really good stuff, get out in the sunshine, whatever it is. That's how you reset and start again. So I was really proud of Emery yesterday because that was quite the thing, because she can, with her temperament, she can get off course, she can get very rattled, and what I call emotional drunkenness, where as human beings, we can become as drunk from emotion as we can from any drug or drink. And that's a fact. And I preached that for years in my coaching programs and in my hockey teams. Emotional drunkenness. It's a sign of mental weakness. And we need to avoid that emotional drunkenness by not letting things bleed into the next activity. Okay, it's done with. Take a breather, take some breaths, go outside, and then sit down and refocus on the new task. And this is where cutting out social media and cutting out your cell phone and turning that off and blocking time, having a start time and a finish time is so important for your productivity. When am I starting? When am I finishing? And not letting anything interfere with that. Nothing whatsoever. No text, no email, no social media. It's just focus, focus, focus. Stop time, take a break, and then reset it on to the next important task. Focus, 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 take a break. As simple as that. Stop letting things bleed into other activities that have nothing to do with it. And if you have some really negative things in your life, for God's sakes, cut the rope. Get those people, get those habits, get those activities, get those negative behaviors, get them the hell out of your life. Curate them out. Cut the rope. Use the swift sword. Get rid of people that don't serve you. Get rid of people that are not on your side. Get rid of time vampires. Get rid of energy vampires. Get rid of bad habits. Drinking too much or drinking colas and sugar drinks and too much coffee and gambling and all this other stuff and social media and that mental illness swamp. Get rid of this stuff in your life with the swift sword. Get those apps off your phone, get them off your computer, and protect your environment, but most importantly, protect the most important computer on earth, your brain. When you get up in the morning, good input equals good output. What you put in here is what you get out. Good stuff in all the time, and if something does challenging happen, some adversity, okay, you deal with it quickly, and then you move on. You take a break and you move on. You take a break and you move on. Control the controllables, okay? This is a tough situation, but what do I control? Well, here's the 2 or 3 things I can do right now to move forward. These are the 2 or 3 things: trusting the process, winning shifts, chipping away, pounding the rock. That's how winning at life and business happens. That's it for today. Michael McLean, nobullbook.com. If you don't have a copy of my big, ugly book, How to Not Get Your Ass Kicked in Business and in Life, you can remedy that mistake at nobullbook.com. It's $20. It's a physical book. I don't do the go fetch ebooks or the pretend, PDFs or any of that stuff. I do a real physical book. If you don't like the book, it'll make a good doorstop. And I sell the audiobook as well. I also have done a free live training for you on my world building. That's what I do. I teach businessmen like you how to build your own personal and professional world. Your world, your rules, your world, your terms. And you can discover my top 10 secrets. I did a free web training last week, 10 secrets to building your badass world. And you can watch that for free at badasswebinar.com. Badasswebinar.com. And finally, a third way to get more content is if you'd like to be placed on my world building waiting list for my next 8-week coaching program, my Brotherhood Society, you can do that at the link below, badassmillionaire.com/apply. And those are 3 ways you can get more details, more content, and check out that web training at badasswebinar.com. And all 3 links are below. That's it for today from Southwest Naples. Remember, life is a gift. Life is a gift and an attitude of gratitude. And the key to living is giving. Until we talk again tomorrow, I do these every day, 365. If you like my daily adventures on my 4-mile walks, it's just me with my broken iPhone 7. Yes, iPhone 7. I don't even carry a phone. This is a phone that I keep using for these unedited, uncut, politically incorrect videos. If you'd like to join me every day, I'll send you a video every single day. You don't have to buy anything. And you can just join my channel below and subscribe and like the videos and all that stuff. But I do this every day. Snow, rain, sunshine, heat, cold, feeling good, feeling bad. I'm out here every day taking you on a mini adventure on my morning walk. So that's it for today. Michael McLean, nobullbook.com. 2 words, men. 2 words that changed my life and 2 words that'll change your life. Be relentless.